Pioneer Elementary Choir did the national anthem for us tonight. Nice job by them.
Always like to see the young kids being part of Friday nights in Fort Morgan.
Fort Morgan and Fort Lupton here tonight on B106 and B106.com. Looking forward just a little bit to next weekend in the playoffs. The Mustangs are now sitting at number 4 in the wild card points. And if playoffs were to start tonight, it would be Fort Morgan against Eagle Valley from that Western Slope team.
And we would host that game.
We would host that game.
And if the team we played in the second round was to win, the home team was to win, then we would have the second round here. If there's an upset between, what would it be, the number
5 and 12.
5 and 12, which...
That's Rifle and, let's see.
Well, I don't think anyone's going to surprise Rifle.
I think they play Summit tonight, so I don't think they're going to probably drop.
Right.
But Evergreen is sitting at number 12, so Evergreen would have to go to Rifle, and then Eagle Valley would be here at Fort Morgan if things play out the way they are set up right now.
Right. Speaking of playoff games, we've got one going on, a couple going on with county teams. One in the county, Wiggins playing Rye tomorrow in the first round of the single A playoffs, and then Brush traveling over to Moffat County for a battle of the number 9 and number 8 seed of 2A football. So it's exciting. 3A and 4A are the only two divisions that do not start playoffs. There's 32 5A teams that start first round tonight, yesterday, and tomorrow also.
And speaking of the Brush football team, they played Moffat County in the first round last year, except it was in Brush, and they won that game 49-7. So Moffat County may be looking for a little bit of revenge tomorrow.
Right. Those of you who have been around Fort Morgan for a long time might remember Scott Parker. He was the head basketball coach for a couple of years for the Mustangs and also coached football. He went over and coached at Moffat County for a couple of years. I don't know if he's still there. He always referred to it as Mocho Chi, which is the first couple letters of each of the words Moffat County High School. I don't know where he got that, but anyway, good luck to the Beat Diggers. They're already over there. Talked to John Beltran, who does the Brush games over on our sister station, KSIR 1010. And I was talking to his wife, and she said that it was snowing pretty heavily up on Vale Pass, and it was really a good thing that they went tonight because tomorrow might be really tough.
They had a better travel day than they would if they had went later. So looks like the Fort Morgan Mustangs are going to start out on defense tonight. That Fort Morgan starting lineup is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. Defensive starters tonight: senior nose guard Alex Mai, junior defensive ends Nate Cage and senior Toby McBride. Outside linebackers are junior Austin Bradenback and sophomore Trey McBride. Inside linebackers, senior Jacob Fritzler and senior Frank Rosales. Cornerbacks, junior Angelo Rivera and senior Nate Gertner. Free safety is senior Kyle Daniels, and strong safety is Anthony Arroyo. The opening kickoff is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. Excuse me. They can help you with your home.
And we'll give Brian a minute to recover there. It's that season, cold season. Fort Lupton tonight in the blue pants, blue helmets with white jerseys and blue numbers. Fort Morgan all in black with the red stripes down the pants and white trim on the black jerseys and the black helmets. And Franny has the ball teed up, and we're about ready to get going. So last home game for the Mustangs under the lights, and the kick is up. It's a high, deep kick coming down at about the 10-yard line. Oh, and he missed it. It's not going to go into the end zone. He's at the 3, and he's going to be swarmed there. Oh, no, he broke away, but then got caught by a second group of Mustangs. And Fort Lupton is going to have to start against that really good Fort Morgan defense way back in their own territory on the 3 or 4 yard line.
Thanks, Kevin. Fort Lupton will be 1st and 10. You're saying from the 4.
Fort Lupton only has a couple athletes that have really run up much statistics. Vasquez is their passer, and Williams their main runner, number 3. They have him in the backfield now with 44 blocking for him. That's Presley Miller.
Patrick Vasquez is the quarterback. They hand off to the right side. He gets some decent yardage out to about to the 9, it looks like.
A nice pickup of 6 yards from Miller. Moves up at 2nd and 4.
Put down by Austin Brightback. Getting 6 and 4.
I don't know if I got through all the starters there on defense. I believe I did. So
right, you're into the kickoff.
So I formation, receivers left and right. Snap back, handoff up the middle. And a short gain out to the 10.
Miller again. Like I said, that's about the only running back that has any yardage at all except for the quarterback, Vasquez. They do have a couple decent receivers that they've shared the ball back and forth, Padilla and Garcia. I think they're pretty much a senior team as well, so I don't know what they have coming back next year.
Yeah, the quarterback, Patrick Vasquez, is a senior. So it brings up a 3rd and 3 now for Fort Lupton, as they now have 2 split to the left and 1 to the right. Single back behind Vasquez. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and he is not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss on the play. So a nice, strong defensive stand here for the Fort Morgan Mustangs to start off this game. So it'll bring up a 4th and 4 from the 9. We have Kyle Daniels and Kate Kimball standing at about the Fort Lupton 35-yard line.
Right, the always dangerous Kyle Daniels. We've talked about how he's only fair caught, I think, 2 balls all year, and some of those were ill-advised catches, but he hasn't really lost the ball or fumbled it too much either.
I believe illegal substitution. I believe Fort Lupton had 12 in the huddle. I thought number 7 was going in motion. He was trying to get off the field.
Right.
So that moves him back to the 5. So that brings up 4th and about 9 now. From the 5 as they are set to punt. Low snap. Decent kick. It's going to land at about the 27-yard line and go out of bounds. So a nice short field here for the Mustangs to work on their first possession.
And that's one thing any scouting report will have about the Mustangs. You do not want to give them short field. I don't think Fort Morgan's really been behind on the field of, as far as field position battle all year long. They've always been able to dominate on defense and get the ball pretty well in their own, in the opponent's territory.
So 1st and 10, Fort Morgan from the Fort Lupton 28. Let's see, they're starting Frank Rosales and Perea in the backfield tonight. High formation. It's a play action. Galen Knapp is going to be sacked. They're going to say it was a fumble. It looked like he was already down. It looks like Fort Lupton has come up with a fumble. As Dalen Knapp loses the ball, and it's going to be Fort Lupton ball at their own 39-yard line.
So sometimes even the easiest games aren't that easy, and Coach Chisholm again trying to come out and run some of the different looks that they're going to need to be able to do in the playoff game, and that time it kind of blew up on them, and We had that happen a couple weeks ago. Maybe it was almost the middle of the season, I think, when Trey came out and ran the Wildcat for him. And I think we had a turnover about midfield. And the defense responded, and then the offense went down and scored.
So Fort Lupton 1st and 10 from the 40. Snap back, and he is going to be taken down at the 30. And that would be Austin Breidenbach. And let's see who else is coming in there. Toby McBride and also Colton Carpenter in on that sack. So that's a loss of 5. So bring up a 2nd and 15 from the 30.
That's going to be a loss of 9.
9, excuse me, 'cause that was out at the 40.
And he really didn't have much of a chance on that when he got back to the pocket, and here they came.
I formation, looks to pass over on that right side, gets out of the pocket and tries to hit a man over the middle. Could have been intercepted, but wasn't, as it falls to the ground for Fort Lupton. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 19.
Almost looked like that ball went through the defenders, and offensive player on the backside of all the defenders ended up almost having a chance to catch it.
So it brings up a 3rd and 19.
Patrick Vasquez.
So I formation, actually it's going to be a shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the left with a back on either side of Vasquez. Snap back, he looks over here to the left side. He is going to be brought down in the backfield. That's going to be Frank Rosales in there initially for the sack. And that's going to be clear back to the 17-yard line.
Back to the 17-yard line.
Wow.
That's a
13-yard sack and a 9-yard sack, so their passing offense now is minus 22. And their rushing's only 6 positive yards. They're already in the hole for the game.
So 4th and a mile here. See, it's about 4th and 35.
For the Mustangs.
As they wait in punt formation, high snap. End over end, low kick's going to go to Daniels at the 40, at the 35. He's going to get a break around this right side, but he's going to be brought down at about the 37-yard line. This will be the second possession for the Mustangs.
So the fumble only ends up costing them about 9 yards of field position on that. And they're in business at the 37, 38, and hopefully have a little different offensive plan or play schedule this time. Not the fumble-rooski again.
Yeah. And then we got Tate and Frank Rosales in the backfield. It's like Dawson Frick to the right, Marquez to the left. Going to be a handoff over the right side to Rosales. He gets down to the 25, the 20. It looks like he tripped. I think the 20-yard line got up and grabbed him by the ankle.
Yeah, he was not very happy. He was stutter stepping and just caught his toe on the turf. Went down.
That is well enough for a first down as he gets it down right at the 20. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the 20. Trying to see if Trey was out or Toby is here. I presume he probably is. Just maybe he's banged up a little bit or something, saving him. So I formation once again. Again, it's to Rosales up the middle, and he's going to get 5 down to the 15.
And that's the first time he got hit by a defender. Last time he made 18 yards without being touched and tripped on his own. So good hard running on that. Couple 3-4 yards after contact.
There goes Toby into the game. Franklin comes out. Franklin looks a little shaken up there as he comes off, shakes his hands a little bit. Kind of a chilly night out there tonight. At least the early rain has now quit. So I formation, receivers left and right. Going to be a handoff to Tate Kimball over that left side, wide open as he follows McBride, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. From 15 yards out, puts Fort Morgan up 6-0 with the PAT coming up.
And as we've seen all year long, Toby McBride downfield, and the poor safety tries to get in his way to block that, and doesn't even look like Toby changes his stride, and the safety's on his backside.
blocks somebody. He makes a nice big hole. You could about driven a truck through that hole on that left side where he went through. So Franny Gonzalez out to try the PAT, but the snap is fumbled. And I don't know why he didn't pick it up and try to run with it, but he just left it and took off. Maybe he didn't want to get hit. Maybe he didn't want to get hit. So anyway, 6:43 to go here in this first period. Fort Morgan 6, Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan, the Mustangs have just gone up 6-0 on a Tate Kimball 15-yard run. PAT was no good as the snap was not handled by Dalen Knapp. So Franny Gonzalez out to kick off for the second time here in this first quarter. Fort Lupton with two returners back at about the 5. Franny approaches, a nice kickoff by Franny. Fumbles it a little bit out about the 5, across the 10, over on that left side, the 15. He is going to come up short of the 20 as he is going to be tackled.
On the return.
Looks like about the 17-yard line. So 1st and 10, Fort Lupton.
Tackle made by Frank Rosales.
With 6:37 left in the first period of play.
17.
Just a point of information for everyone. Last night, the cheerleading squad went to Weld Central and competed for the cheer competition, league competition. I'll give you a little more information on that here in a minute.
So Vasquez under center, I formation behind him with the receivers left and right. Going to be a handoff on that right side, and it looks like whoever the carrier was, did not get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss. See how far back, maybe to the 16. It'll be a loss of 1. So 2nd and 11. Fort Lupton.
So the cheerleading squad has been decimated with injuries, and they were down to, I believe, 11 girls as they were warming up, and one of the girls hurt her knee, and so they ended up having to compete with 10, and they still got 3rd place out of 5, so a great job of persevering for the cheerleaders.
Yeah, good job. So Vasquez in the pass formation is going to be intercepted out about the 30 by Tate Kimball. Nice job there by Tate out at the 30. Pass was well over the head of the intended receiver. So Fort Morgan again in great field position, leading 6-0.
Yeah, Fort Lupton, as expected, not having a very powerful offense. Quarterback's been sacked twice through 1 incomplete and 1 interception. They've ran the ball 4 times for a total of 5 yards.
So Fort Morgan now I formation. Daniels to the right.
Looks like Arroyo in the
Looks
back.
like Arroyo in the backfield, and I believe Tate Kimball split out left. I believe. It's going to be a play action as Knapp goes back to pass. Looks down the field, and it's going to be over the head of Tate Kimball.
Knapp's pass intended for Kimball.
He was guarded not real close, but the pass was just a little high.
I think it was a little late. He had to kind of sidestep a rusher, and then by the time he adjusted and threw, Tate had kind of given up on it as he was about to go out the outside or the backside of the end zone.
So 2nd and 10 from the 24. We have a official timeout.
Maybe the wrong football was out there.
And that's what the problem was, huh? Okay. Wasn't underinflated, was it?
I don't know. Tom, was it?
Tom wasn't here, I don't think, so I think it's good. So I formation once again. Knapp rolls out to his right, pass over to this right side. It's going to be a nice completion down to the 15 by Kyle Daniels.
Knapp's pass is complete to Daniels.
So it looks like he's going to be about a yard short.
3rd down in a yard.
So 3rd and 1 from the 15. Nice job by Daniels. Kept at least 1 foot in. Caught the ball and then fell out of bounds. So Tate and Toby come out. Arroyo and Rosales in the backfield. Daniels split right. Adrian Marquez to the left. Knapp under center. Takes it and gives it to Rosales over the left side, and he goes clear down to about the 7-yard line. So a nice hold there on the opened up by that front line. So first and goal, I believe. Mark it at about the 8. So Rosales and Arroyo still in the backfield. Receivers left and right. We have a movement. Let's see, it looks like it's maybe go against, and they're going to call it on Fort Morgan. So it'll set them back 5.
Back at 5.
So still first and goal.
First and goal from the 13-yard line.
This time from the 13.
Certainly not the discipline that you would want from your team when you get into the red zone.
So I formation once again, handoff to Frank Rosales, gets hit about the 12 and drives all the way down. He takes it down inside the 5.
Rosales,
nice strong run by Rosales. He gets it down to the 5.
Montano on the tackle.
And that was all Frank, because he didn't have much blocking. He carried the big defensive tackle, and then the defensive end jumped on too, and he bulldogged both of them down for about 3 more yards.
So that brings up a second and goal from the 5. Now Tate and Marquez split out to the left. Shotgun formation with Toby next to the to Knapp. Knapp looks to throw it, and it's going to be, it was caught one-handed, but they say he's out of bounds. But nice try there by Daniels.
Nice catch by Daniel, but he just
So it'll bring up a third and goal.
Third down and goal at the 4.
For Fort Morgan.
They had him roll to the short, tight side of the field. The ball on the near, well, not quite on the hash mark, but on the near side.
So Daniels lines up wide right. We have Tate and Toby back in the backfield. I formation with Marquez split to the left. Handoff to Tate Kimball over the right side, and he scampers into the end zone for the Fort Morgan touchdown with 4:26 to go in the first period. Fort Morgan up now 12-0.
And maybe this is just an example of how good a back Tate Kimball really is, because these other backs are in there and they're getting yardage, but when Tate's in there, he runs, and I don't think he's been hit because he's only had the 2 runs, and they were both for touchdowns. He did get hit on the interception that he got.
Yep, but he's been untouched on both of the touchdowns. So Franny Gonzalez in for the point after try. It high snap is down, and it is good for Franny. So that now puts the score at 13-0 with 4:26 to go here in the first period. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan on Seniors Night. Mustangs now up 13-0 with 4:26 left in the first period of play.
You went on Senior Night there, giving a senior Frank Rosales a lot of carries, but as I mentioned before the break, that Tate Kimball comes in and gets all the glory on it. But again, the offensive line doing a good job of opening holes for these young men.
So Franny with the deep kickoff. It's going to be taken about the 3. Across the 10, the 15 comes across the field. Is going to be hit short of the 20, and it goes down at about the 21. So it will be Fort Lupton ball, first and 10. See where they're going to mark it.
About the 21.
Say the 21.
Yeah, I don't know how much moisture there was right before the game, but I'm sure the field's probably a little slick, and as it cools down, will get slicker.
Yeah, it had a little moisture, but it has since stopped. Still a cool, chilly night out there. No wind. The flag is just hanging. So, shotgun formation. We have a flag thrown at, we're going to call offsides on Fort Well, I'm going to say because they can always call offsides on the offense if they line up offsides.
Yeah, I think he jumped left in there.
Going to call offsides on Fort Morgan.
26.
And I don't see Toby over on that other side.
We'll have it there, first down and 5.
Maybe that's him there. Yeah, there he
Yeah.
is.
So that brings up a 1st and 5 from the 25. From the 20, we'll call it the 26, I guess. Some of the things that Coach Chisholm was talking about in the pregame show, they did win 56 to 7 last week, and was still not real pleased with the execution. And with silly mistakes like this tonight, I'm sure he'll be harping on that next week again. Have a sack in the backfield as Trey McBride gets to Marquez. And he is going to be clear back to the 18-yard line. So a loss of 12. Or excuse me, since it was only a 1st and 5, well, it was a loss of 12. But that will put it at 2nd and 14 from the 18-yard line for the Blue Devils. As they line up in a I formation, receivers left and right. Fort Morgan looks to bring everybody. It's going to be a handoff over that right side, and he breaks the tackle out on that left side. But does not get far. Kind of cuts it back. And Anthony Arroyo out there, and Breidenbach out there to lead the way.
13.
Picks up 1 yard.
So 3rd and 13.
Talking about the mistakes and the discipline, I remember back about game 4 or 5, we were talking about how even though they were just destroying people, they were playing with that intensity and that discipline and not making the penalties. And it just seems like every game since then, that's started to fall apart. And I certainly hope when we get to the playoffs next week, they're back to playing disciplined again.
Yeah. So pass out here to the left side, and the receiver wasn't even looking for the ball.
Vasquez's pass is
So that ball is incomplete.
Angelo Rivera.
As that will bring up a 4th and 13
Fourth down and 12.
for Fort Lupton.
And that brings him to 0 for 3 with 2 incompletes, an interception, and 3 sacks for 30 yards. So
Kyle Daniels back at about the Fort Lupton 47-yard line as he awaits the punt. We line up in punt formation. Robert Miller is the punter for Fort Lupton. Snap back. Low line drive kick once again. And it goes out of bounds on the far side at about the 42-yard line.
At the 40.
So we'll see where they're
39.
going to mark it out at the 39. So 1st and 10 from the 39.
Well, and after that first series where on the first play they fumbled the ball, Fort Morgan's had a 2-play drive to score from the 15-yard line, and then they at several plays had got 1 first down and then scored on the 6th play of that series. So haven't had any problems since that first one.
So shotgun formation for the Mustangs. Receivers left and right. It's going to be a pass out here into the flat to take Kimball. He's got blockers out in front. He gets down to 35 to 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. But we have a flag back at the 35-yard line.
And I'm guessing men downfield.
And, yep, they're going to say illegal man downfield. One of the linemen got downfield too far.
Yeah. Oh, no.
They just waved it off, so touchdown for Tate Kimball.
My guess is since the ball was caught behind the line of scrimmage, he probably saw him going down there, saw the ball, so threw the flag, and then looked up to see where the ball was caught. Nice throw, a nice catch, and a nice run.
He just pulled away from that defensive back, as he usually does. So another touchdown for Tate.
2 on the ground and 1 by air. Sounds like Paul Revere.
The Mustangs are coming. The Mustangs are coming. That's what they're. Fort Lupton is
Franny to attempt the point.
saying at the moment. So Franny on with the point after try. Snap down. Kick is up. And it is good. So with 2:35 to go, Fort Morgan 20, Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. 20-0 Fort Morgan with 2:35 left here in this first period of play, as Tate Kimball on the receiving end of that pass takes it in from 39 yards out. PAT is good by Franny Gonzalez to put the Mustangs up at the current 20-0 score. Franny getting a workout tonight, as is the kickoff return team.
Although those have got to be the most conditioned athletes on the team. They've had a lot of kickoffs this year.
That's for sure. Franny with the foot into the ball, and it's going to come down at the 5, 10, 15, 20 along that right side. He slips a little bit, but he is hit hard over on that far side, about the 19-yard line.
Nice tackle by Isaac Linker.
Isaac Linker with the tackle. Let's see where they're going to finally put that down at.
The ball placed at the 18. The Blue Devils will have
first and 10 from the 18.
In this quarter, well, I guess maybe Fort Lupton's defense is the one that's doing the best, because they've only been on the field for about 8 plays, but this is the 5th drive already for Fort Lupton, and we're still in the first quarter.
So 2 receivers right, 1 left. Going to be a handoff over that right side, and there is no running room there whatsoever.
Miller on the carry.
Looks like Toby is in there along with Trey
McBride,
Alex, Nate Cage.
Loss of the yard, second down and 11.
So it'll be 2nd and 11 from the 17.
His second carry and same result first time, loss of 1. So the whole line of scrimmage is just moving on the snap and in Fort Morgan's favor, both offensively and defensively.
So I formation for the Blue Devils. Receivers left and right. Marquez fades back, but he is going to be sacked by Alex Mai as he breaks through that offensive line, and he will sack him back at about the 11.
He's brought the ball to 13.
Where are they going to put it? Where? About the 13, okay.
16.
So 3rd down and 16 from the 13-yard line.
He's now been sacked more times than he's been able to throw the ball.
So Marquez once again under center, 2 receivers left. I formation, looked like the left end move, number 66.
And that's a good thing, because Frank Rosales was through there and was going to sack him before he could even bring his arm up.
So that will move the ball back another 5. Still 3rd down. Let's see, from the, at the 9.
I imagine Coach Langford dialing up the pressure on this play.
So now 3rd and 21 from the 9. Shotgun formation for Marquez. Patrick Vasquez. Here come the Mustangs. He heaves the ball downfield, and it's going to be, in and out of the hands of Nate Gertner. It might have been tipped by Kyle Daniels. It's hard to tell, but it looked like it was right through the hands of
Vargas.
Nate Gertner. Looked like Kyle Daniels is saying he might have tipped a little bit. Nate didn't get the chance to intercept.
Right, but you don't want to take the time to look behind you to see if anyone's going to catch it before you tip it. So a good play by Kyle to get to that ball, and I'd like to see him put some pressure on this punter in his own end zone.
Punt formation.
Low snap. Gets the ball away. Another low spiral kick. And it's going to be out of bounds. Let's see where they're going to mark it at the...
We're going to spot it at the 36. The Mustangs will have it there. First down and
36-yard line. So Fort Morgan with another excellent field position. They haven't had to start across on the 50-yard line yet.
Now they started on the 39 last time, 38 the second drive, the 36 this time, 28 on the first drive, the 24 on the third drive. So very good field position. And for an offense like the Mustangs, they really don't need field position advantage, but they'll take it.
So shotgun formation, receivers left and right. Snap back to Knapp, throws it out here in this left flat to Kyle Daniels, breaks the tackle at the 35, 25-20, stiff arms to the 15 and hit again at the 10 as they're trying to rip that ball out of there.
Pass is complete to Kyle Daniels.
But he is going to be down at the 10.
At the 10.
So a nice 26-yard pass play there for the Mustangs.
Severance and Vargas on the tackle.
His second catch of the night, his first one for 8 yards.
First down and goal.
So first and 10 from the 10, so it's going to be first and goal. From the 10 for Fort Morgan.
Now Fort Lupton brings Jalen Torres, their star running back, out to cover Daniels on the wide left side.
So shotgun formation once again, looks over to the right side. It's going to be a pass, but it's going to be tipped away. They were looking for Kyle Daniels on the slant, but falls to the ground, so they'll bring up a second and goal for the Mustangs.
Dalen's third interception and probably his least advised pass of the night.
So Knapp.
Good coverage on that by the Blue Devils.
So Daniel split wide right again, Marquez to the left. Shotgun formation, but with Toby and Tate on each side of him. It's going to be a handoff to Tate Kimmel on that left side across the 10. That's about where he is going to be hit. It was kind of a slow progressing play. That play will bring us to the end of the first quarter with the Mustangs up 20-0 on B106 and B106.com. Start of the second quarter here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan with the Mustangs up 20-0 over the Fort Lupton Blue Devils on senior night. Brings up a third and goal for the Mustangs from the 9. Same formation as last time with receivers left and right. Shotgun formation for Knapp. Snap back. Play action, lob over into the left corner, and it's going to be caught by Daniels. Nice catch by Kyle Daniels in the corner of the end zone for the touchdown. That puts Fort Morgan up now 26-0 with 5 seconds gone here in the second quarter of play.
2 touchdowns for Dalen on the night.
Somebody besides Tate got into the end zone. Spread it around here a little bit.
That's right.
So Franny Gonzalez in for the PAT. Snap is down, the kick is up and looks straight, and it is good. So that now puts the score at 27-0. Fort Morgan with 11:55 left here in this second quarter. Fort Morgan not really getting much of a test here before they get into the playoffs. We'll see how Coach Chisholm will, when they review the tapes and stuff on, I believe, Sunday afternoon when they go in and look at things and see how they grade out. But
right. There's quite a few other playoff teams that don't look like they're getting much of a warm-up either. Score from Pueblo East, the number 1 team in the States, up 35-0 against Sierra with 2 minutes left in the first. So
most of the teams that are supposed to win are winning here. So the Mustangs now ready to kick off to Fort Lupton. Franny approaches, puts his foot into it. Not going to be as quite as deep. Comes down at about the 6, across the 10, the 15, the 20, and is going to be taken down at about the 16-yard line. I believe Franklin Rosales was in there to start with. Anthony Arroyo along with Angelo Rivera also in there.
Fort Lupton will have it there, first down and 10.
The cheerleaders do 27 jumping jacks, as their tradition is, each time there's a score. That'll help them keep warm tonight. They're all bundled up in their warm-ups. And notice there's only 9 of them out there tonight, 8 of them currently. So hopefully no one else got hurt.
So first and 10 from the 16, shotgun formation, receivers left and right. Waiting for the snap, it goes back to Vasquez. He looks down this left side, heaves it down here. It's going to be well over the head of the intended receiver. About 6 yards too long. So that will bring up a second and 10.
Yeah, I think Emmanuel Sanders would have had a hard time running up and getting under that one.
Vasquez just kind of heaved it down the field. Really wasn't much of a touch pass. He put everything into it that he had and was well over the receiver. So,
speaking of the Broncos, did you enjoy that game?
It was a very enjoyable game.
Brian was at the game. And it was fun to watch at home, so I'm sure it was a real blast to be there and watch those two great teams play and the Broncos dominate.
Yep, it was good. So shotgun formation for Fort Lupton, receivers left and right. As Vasquez waits for the snap. Snap back is going to be a handoff over the right side. Hit by Breidenbach at about the 15. So that's going to be a loss of 1.
Miller on the carry, pulled down
so it'll bring up third and 11. As Breidenbach
loss of about a yard. Third and 11.
Comes in there from his outside linebacker position.
And for Miller, that's his third carry and his third time of losing 1 yard. So he's got some consistency going for him.
Yeah, they weren't much on running the ball anyway. I think they averaged like 40 yards a game on running. But we're at third and 11 from the 15 with 11 minutes here in the second period. We're going up 27-0. Snap back, heaved down that far sideline. And it looks like it went through the hands of Angelo Rivera. That would have been a tough catch, but catchable. But it falls to the ground, so that bring up fourth and 11.
Fourth and 11.
For Fort Lupton.
Mustangs will get another good field position out of this.
So Kyle Daniels. Let's see where he finally lines up at. Going to be inside the Fort Lupton 45 along with Tate Kimball. And they both stand at about the 40.
Miller in touch formation.
As they await the snap back. Snap back, almost blocked. Lands over there about the 30, and it's going to roll out of bounds at about the 36-yard line maybe. Let's see where they finally put it down at. First and 10, Fort Morgan from the 37.
So their special teams not doing very well either. Fort Morgan hasn't really had a chance to run one back, I don't think. Kicked it out. And maybe that's their scouting report. Why give it the ball to Daniel so he can run it all the way back for a touchdown, just kick it out of bounds.
Kick it away from him. Looks like they're going to line up shotgun formation once again. They got trips to the right. Toby is going to come out. Oh, Toby's going to come off the field. That's going to be timeout. It's going to be taken by Fort Morgan. But we'll keep it right here. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. I don't know if they, I thought maybe they got the timeout called before he got off the field because they would have had 12 on the field. So.
And they're not supposed to even be able to break the huddle with 12, so I'm surprised that they were able to get that and not have that called. But
looks like they're coming out with a different lineup. They were trips to the right, now we're trips to the left. Marquez and Daniel split wide to the left and Trey in the slot.
Maybe they'll drag Trey across the middle and get the ball to him.
So snap back. And it is going to be down the middle of the field to Trey, and he is wide open at the 2, and he takes it into the end zone for the touchdown. One play and into the end zone, the Fort Morgan Mustangs go on a 37-yard pass to Trey McBride. Puts the Mustangs now up 33-0 with 10:40 left here in this second period of play.
And folks, I wish you would have been here to be able to see that. What a beautiful play by a very athletic young sophomore in Trey McBride. He was cutting in towards the post, and the ball was thrown to his outside, and he had to turn his back to the ball and adjust, and was able to find the ball and go about 3 yards outside to get it and bring that in. Help that there's no defender within 5 yards, but still a nice throw and a nice touchdown for Trey McBride.
So PAT is up and good again. So Fort Morgan now 34-0 over Fort Lupton on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Legion Field, along with Kevin Rohde, this is Brian Nickel and Julie Garcia back at the studios for us tonight. Senior night here on this cool, brisk night on the eastern plains of Colorado.
We were talking about where we are as far as quality points and lining up for seeding, and I would not be surprised that we drop to 5th, even though we'll be undefeated, because a game winning against Fort Lupton is going to give us absolutely no points.
So hopefully we're sitting at 4th right now. So kicked by Franny at the 5, across the 10, the 15, along that left side across the 20, and then driven out of bounds at about the 22. Anthony Arroyo on the tackle.
They're going to place it at the 22. The Blue Devils
First and 10 from the 22.
Still have the starters out there, but you pretty much have to give them a chance to get some playing experience. And what I think is really going to be interesting in this offseason is what the new league alignments are going to be and who we'll be getting to see next year in Fort Morgan's league.
So shotgun formation, receivers left and right. And I believe Fort Morgan was off sides.
Yeah, Austin Breedenbach getting a little excited about getting in there and getting a sack maybe.
So he's coming out and Dawson Frick going in. So that will make it 1st and 5 from the 27. Shotgun formation once again for the Blue Devils. Snap back. Going to be rushed. Pass out here to the flat and in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. I believe that was Elijah Vargas.
I think that's about the closest Vasquez has got to having a receiver open and getting the ball to him.
So bring up 2nd and 5 from the 27. I believe Fort Lupton, they haven't had a first down yet, have they?
They did get one.
Wait,
no, they have not gotten one.
Okay. This is the second time I believe they've had a penalty and made it 1st and 5.
Right.
And then got sacked a couple of times and took them clear away from any type of hope for a first down there.
Right.
So shotgun formation once again as they put receivers left and right. Now Fort Lupton is going to call a timeout, so we'll take one with them at 10:28 to go here in the second period. Fort Morgan 34, Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Legion Field, excuse me, pass over the middle out about the 40 is intercepted by Kyle Daniels. Nice diving catch by Daniels. He picks it up off the ground, or picks up just before it gets to the ground. So Fort Morgan now 1st and 10 from the Fort Lupton 41.
That 41 is definitely the worst field position that they would know. They had the 42 last time, so they made it in one play. We'll see if we can do that this time.
10:23 in the second period. 1st and 10 from the 41 for Fort Morgan. Handoff over the right side to Frank Rosales. He's under the 35, the 30.
Looks like he
Fort Lupton kid ran out of his shoe. But that'll be enough for a first down as he gets it down to the 27-yard
Picked
line.
up by Miller.
It looked kind of like Frank may have tripped a little bit or was just bumped a little bit off balance because he didn't go down with any defenders really grabbing onto him or stopping him.
First and 10, Fort Morgan as they come out shotgun formation. Frank Rosales as the lead back, Tate Kimball as the tailback. Going to be a handoff to Rosales once again over the left side. It spins and is dragging defenders and still dragging and being pushed, and I haven't heard a whistle. They're still surprised they let it go that long. They get it down inside the 20.
It looked like a rugby game broke out on the middle of the field. There's a scrum for sure.
So it brings up a second down and about 3
For 7 yards.
as they get down to the
Second down and 3.
inside the 20. Just inside the 20, so it'll bring up a second and 3. I formation. Marquez left and Daniels right. Snap back. Dalen Knapp with the, he's going to be a sack back at about the 20. Let's see where they finally put him down at. He was initially hit about the 23, 22 in there someplace. So we'll see where they, final mark, it'll be about the 23-yard line. It's about 3rd and 5 now from the 23. As Knapp runs back into the huddle after he gets the play from head coach Harrison Chisholm. I formation once again for the Mustangs. Toby back into the game. 8:25 and counting. Dalen drops the ball. I don't know who got on it. We'll see when they unpile. Looks like Fort Lupton came up with it. So a fumble by Knapp from center. Goes over to Fort Lupton. So Fort Lupton will take over. Down now 34-0 as they will take over 1st and 10 from the 24. With 8:19 left here in this first half of play.
Another offensive mistake that coaches are not going to like. The quarterback center exchange.
Shotgun formation, snap back. Vasquez looks out here to the left, and it's going to be through the hands of the intended receiver, Elijah Vargas. Falls incomplete behind him.
Second down and 10.
So it brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils. We'll see what they come out with here. The passing is their strongest. I think they're averaging about 140 yards a game. I think passing,
Right.
40 yards rushing. So shotgun formation, receivers left and right. Fort Morgan brings the house this time, and it's going to be through the hands of the receiver. It looked like maybe off of the knee of Nate Gertner, I believe that was over there.
Third down and 10.
That falls incomplete once again.
Fort Lupton yet to complete a pass. 4 sacks and 10 attempts, 8 of those incomplete and 2 interceptions. So not even on par with what his normal games are, because he's put up some decent numbers as the season's gone by.
So now 3rd and 10 as they send 2 receivers right. Still in the shotgun formation. As Fort Morgan flushes him out to the left, and the pass is going to fall incomplete as it was well behind his intended receiver. So Fort Morgan will send out their punt team as Kyle Daniels and Tate Kimball fall back to about midfield, it looks like. Coach Edson is going to set him up about the 50.
Potential of having start a drive in our own territory.
Waiting for the snap back, and snap. Kyle Daniels at his own 45. Tries to go around the right side at the 50, 45. And that is where Fort Morgan will start their drives. In Fort Lupton territory once again. But this time, this will probably be their worst starting field position.
By 1 yard. Oh, no, not at the 46. 45, so
45,
3 yards.
So. Fort Morgan 1st and 10 with 7:57 left here. First half of play as they are up 34-0. Frank Rosales comes off the field. Marquez split wide left as Fort Morgan sets up in their wing formation. Puts Anthony Arroyo in motion. Pitch back to Anthony Arroyo. Comes across this left side. And he is going to be taken down maybe a yard just inside the 45. We'll give him 1.
The official was reaching for his flag as he was going down. The defender grabbed his helmet, the underneath part of the back of his helmet, and was pulling him down using his helmet, and decided not to throw the flag for that. I believe that's still a penalty. Even though it's not on the face mask, you can't use the ear holes or the bottom of the helmet.
So 2nd and 9 from the 44. Fort Morgan set up in the wing back position once again. Handoff up the middle over to Frank Rosales. He gets across the 40, 35, and he is going to go down to the 31 or 2. But that was a quick hit right up the middle for Frank Rosales.
That's a Mustang first down.
That'll bring up a 1st and 10 from the 32.
And it seems as though the quick hitters are having a lot of success. Maybe Fort Lupton putting a lot of guys outside the box trying to stop the outside run. We really haven't seen that power run except the one time where Toby led and Tate followed.
So wing position, we put Tate in motion once again. Knapp with the pass, and it's going to be low at the feet of his intended receiver, and that is Marquez. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 32. As Fort Morgan sets up in the, puts Tate and I believe it was Anthony Arroyo that time in the wing, and then Frank Rosales is the lone setback. Now we're going to put Kyle Daniels line up as a wing, and then Anthony Arroyo with Frank Rosales on the backfield, receivers left and right. As they want to put Arroyo in motion, and they do. It's going to be a handoff, inside handoff to Kyle Daniels across the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Kyle Daniels takes it in from 32 yards out for the touchdown. So that will set the clock in motion as Kyle Daniels scores for the Mustangs and makes it now 40-0.
His second touchdown on the night, one on a 10-yard reception, and then the other one on a nice 32-yard scamper on a counter play. Kind of got Fort Lupton moving one direction and ran back the other way.
So now the running clock has taken effect here with just over 6 minutes left in the second period of play. Franny waits for the snap back, puts his foot into it. Looks like it is going to be up and good once again. So Fort Morgan 41, Fort Lupton nothing on B106 and B106.com. 41-0 Fort Morgan over Fort Lupton with the running clock here in the second period of play. Kyle Daniels takes it in from 32 yards out for his second touchdown of the night. So Franny with the ball on the tee as Fort Lupton sends back 2 returners. Looks like that is Jalen Torres and Aaron Severance back at the 5. So Franny keeping that right leg warm tonight. Put the foot into it, and the ball is going to come down at the 5 across the 10, 15, 20, and he is swarmed under at the 20. So So first and 10,
Stops right at the 20.
Fort Lupton from the 20.
And they've started their drives ranging anywhere from the 3-yard line, which was the first time, the 39 when they received the benefit of the fumble, then the 18, the 21, the 18 again, the 16, the 22, the 23, and now the 20. So for a team that hasn't gotten any positive yardage going, to start that far back has not been good.
So down under 4 minutes now left in the first half, as Vasquez will go under center. Going to be a handoff over this left side. He doesn't get around the corner. The Mustangs converge on him. It's like
Trey got a little banged up, maybe.
Maybe got his hit in the head or something there. He's up and seems to be doing okay. So back loss of a yard. It'll bring up second and 11 at the 19. Trey's going to come out.
Williams now 5 carries for 6 yards.
Down to 3:12 and counting here, second period. Fort Lupton sends Torres wide left. 2 receivers to the right, shotgun formation. Snap back as he looks downfield. It's going to be a screen play, and gets it to their big receiver, Devon Garcia, 6'2", 250-pound tight end. So that will bring up third and about 5 for Fort Lupton out at the 26-yard line. And Fort Lupton is going to call a timeout, so we'll take on with him with 2:24 left here in the second period. Fort Morgan up 41-0 on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Legion Field in Fort Morgan, Brian Nickel along with Kevin Rohde bringing you the action here tonight in the game 10 of the schedule, last game of the regular season. Mustangs up 41-0. Senior night. So going well for Fort Morgan as we had expected. So pass out to the left side is going to be knocked down by Trey McBride. As he has done that a number of times this season with the knockdowns. So it'll bring up a 4th and 5 from the 26.
Knocked down his fair share as well as caught a couple of those and ran them in for pick sixes. Like last week he had one of those.
So see what Fort Lupton, they're going to have their punter in there, Robert Miller, a 5'10", 190-pound punter. As the illegal substitution on Fort Lupton once again.
Flag substitution penalty.
So that'll send it back 5 yards. That'll bring up 4th and 10. That would look like the same thing Fort Morgan did, and they didn't throw a penalty on them, so I'm not sure just what.
Maybe they didn't call a timeout in time.
Yeah, this is true. So 4th and 10 from the 21. Daniel standing back at midfield. He's going to bounce, and he is going to pick it up inside the 49 and goes across midfield into Fort Lupton territory.
They're going to start right at midfield.
So we'll see where they finally put it down. It may be right at the 50.
Maybe he was really concerned about Fort Morgan starting a drive on their own territory. And they will tonight. Or, well, I guess you could say that's about as close to the middle of the field as you can get.
So Fort Morgan will have the last possession here before the half runs out. We're down to 30 seconds and counting. Looks like Trey McBride is going to be
running the Wildcat.
Running the show here for this last play. He's in the shotgun formation. Puts Tate Kimball in motion. He's going to keep it. It's going to be a pitch, but it's going to be on the ground, and it looks like Tate gets on it at about the 47-yard line. That will be the last play of the first half as We are down to 5 seconds and counting. So this first half will come to an end with the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 41-0 on B106 and B106.com. Fort Lupton with the, Fort Morgan better get on it or it's going to be Fort Lupton ball. There's only about a 15-yard kick. But it looks like somebody from Fort Morgan did get on it.
Yeah, I think it's number 14 that jumped in there.
I think it's Frank Rosales came up with it.
Was it? I saw Jimmy Keller jump in there and try and get a hold of it.
Franklin wrestled it away from him. So.
Yeah. And that's not very fun catching one of those when the entire opposing team is bearing down on you and putting the hurt on you.
So now we have Toby McBride running the offense coming out here in the first half of play, or first play in the second half from the 42. Snap back, it's going to be a keeper as he comes around this right side, looks to pitch it, pitches it back to Kyle Daniels at the Fort Lupton 45, and ends up fumbling the ball inbounds, and it's going to be recovered by Fort Lupton.
Yeah, we'll cut it.
So another turnover. That's the third fumble of the game for Fort Morgan. As Kyle Daniels loses the ball at the 40.
And that wasn't a very well-advised pitch in the first place. He had to pitch it back 5 yards, and Kyle only had about 1 yard of sideline between him and Trey. He should have just stuck his head in there and ran over a few guys.
Starting the running clock here in the second half. So Fort Lupton comes out first and 10 from their own 40 as they are I formation. Play action as the Vasquez is going to go down for a 5-yard loss. As it looks like number 77, that would be Trenton Forbes. Sacks Vasquez for the 5-yard loss. They'll bring up second and 15 from the 35.
And he was lucky. He had one of the big Fort Morgan linemen, 77, bearing down on him, Trenton Forbes, and he sidestepped that at the last minute. Otherwise, he would have gotten crunched.
So second and 15 from the 35.
Fifth sack of the day.
So Vasquez in the shotgun formation, 2 receivers right. Looks like Fort Morgan's bringing everybody. Pass out into the right flat. He's going to hit his man out at the 48, and he will go into Fort Morgan territory for the first Fort Lupton first down of the night. That was to Hector Shavira.
Next one down. Got a found phone, and some young ladies were trying to get us to announce it. I don't think it's anyone on the radio.
I don't believe so. So that'll bring up a first and 10 from the Fort Morgan 47.
First time Fort Lupton's been in Fort Morgan territory. 18-yard pickup.
So we see who we have in there. Looks like Luis Garcia as a safety. Going to be handoff over this left side and brought down for maybe a yard. Trying to see who we have in there. We've got some different players in there. Number 52, Jared Wildenberg. Trenton Forbes in there. Arroyo. Angelo Rivera. I believe it's...
we have a pink and black AT&T phone. iPhone.
George Perea is in the ball game.
Found in the restroom. You can claim it at the announcer's booth.
Along with, I believe, is it Cade Bulis, I believe, that's in. Put a man in motion right to left. Pass out here into the flat, but it falls at the feet of Hector Shavira. So incomplete. Second down.
Third down and 10.
So it'll be third down now and 10 after that incomplete pass.
So after getting a little bit of positive yardage on one throw, they may die at the 47.
So Shotgun formation, receivers left and right with the backs either side of Vasquez. Snap back, looks out here into the left flat. It's going to be caught by Elijah Vargas. And he will get it down enough for first down yardage as he gets it to the 35.
Wickenburg on the tackle.
So first and 10
The double first down.
from the 30 as the Blue Devils move the ball here. We have Dawson Frick also into the game, along with John Hochnoddle. Front long.
A little more time for him to throw, and he turns out to be a pretty decent quarterback with some that can get on against the second team.
Back to the 39-yard line. Loss of 4. So second and 14 from the 39.
And so far, Lupton shooting themselves in the foot a little bit there.
Seven receivers left and right, shotgun formation. Snap back, looks out here to the right. Pass is going to be caught at about the 32, but taken down immediately by George Perea. So now third and about 7 from the 32.
Third down and
That was
6.
past number 81, who's not on our program, so he will remain nameless, even though he caught the ball and brought it down to the 32.
Down to 5:20 and counting here as the clock runs. 41-0 Fort Morgan. Shotgun formation, snap back. Vasquez is flushed out of the pocket to the right. It's going to be a pass, and it looks like it's going to be incomplete. It was close, but the refs called it incomplete to Hector Chavera. So it'll bring up a 4th and 7 from the 32 for Fort Lupton.
Let's see on the cover.
So still staying in the air on this drive. They've ran the ball twice. Once, I think, just that fumble. I'm not sure whether that was going to be a run, but thrown the ball 5 times, or tried, and had 1 sack, 2 incompletes, and 30 yards on the 2 completions.
So Fort Lupton still in the huddle. No real big hurry to break the huddle. Now they get up to the line. 2 receivers left, shotgun formation. Vasquez drops back, looks out here to the left, fletched out to the left. Being hounded by Trenton Forbes, and they will take him down. Trenton Forbes and Dawson Frick with the sack back at the 40. And that was on 4th down, so nice job by this Mustang defense. So it'll be 1st and 10 Fort Morgan from their own 40.
In a situation like that, you just got to throw it up and let one of your athletes have a chance at making a play, because if you get sacked, it's their ball anyway.
Three minutes and 50 seconds here left in the third period. 1st and 10 Fort Morgan.
It's our second offensive play of the quarter.
Looks like Dalen is still in at quarterback. 1st and 10. T formation behind Knapp as he waits for the back judge. Going to be a handoff over that left side to Arroyo as he breaks it across the 45-50, 45-40, 35-30, 25, and finally brought down at the 15-yard line. So nice run there by Anthony Arroyo.
Down to the 15-yard line.
As he takes it all the way from the 40. 45 yards on the run.
Very nice run. That makes up for his one that went for no yards last time.
That got him in positive yardage now. Now we're switching quarterbacks. Isaac Linker now in for the Mustangs.
Yeah, at this point, there's really no point in keeping anyone in there that you could really be hurt by getting injured.
So Fort Morgan lines up Dawson Frick wide to the right. Tight formation. I think they have Arroyo in the backfield once again. This time it's going to be handed off. I believe that is to Perea. And he gets it down inside the 15 down inside the 10.
Gain of 7.
And that will be a second down and 4 from the 9-yard line. So Perea
Just good, hard, smash mouth football, pounding it up the middle of the field.
same formation, going to be handed off to Arroyo once again over that left side as he gets it down inside the 5, almost not quite to the end zone.
Carry over the left side.
But he does pick up the first down.
Fourth down at the 1
So
yard
it'll
line.
be first and goal from the 1.
I wonder who they'll let score this last play.
Well, it won't be Arroyo because he's going to come out. Perea is in, let's see, 45. Gerardo Miranda.
It's a sophomore.
Let's see if he lines up in the backfield. They see Perea still in there. Tight end. Perea and I can't see, is that a 34? Maybe Angelo Abrego.
Right, he's ran the ball before.
Under center. Going to be a handoff to Abrego. He puts his head down, but he is not going to get into the end zone as he is stopped short. So second and goal from the 1.
Fort Lupton's defense says that's enough, at least temporarily.
Lost a yard. Second down and goal from the
Eric
2.
Carrillo coming out of the contest. We're down to 25 seconds left here, third period. Looks like Jake Norris still in at center.
Still like Abrego and Perea in the back.
Going to be a handoff to Perea over that left side, and too much penetration by Fort Lupton as he is going to lose maybe a yard.
Perea is pulled down in the backfield.
That'll be the last play of the third period. So at the end of 3, it's still 41-0 Fort Morgan on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Legion Field to start this fourth period of play, Brian Nickel with Kevin Rohde. Julie Garcia doing an excellent job for us tonight back at Master Control.
Third down and goal from the
So
3.
third and 2 from the 2. It looks like Abrego and Perea still in at, and they also, let's see, they got 3 back there. Can't see who the other running back is. Maybe Hoeknadel. Handoff is going to be up the middle, but still short of the touchdown. We'll bring up fourth down.
That's 36, I think. Is that Hoeknadel?
36 is Jacob Fritzler. 30, I think it's 30,
Fourth down, just short of the goal line.
34, 21.
35 is on the sideline.
Maybe it might be Tyler Dunn, 35. It's hard to tell.
No, Tyler Dunn's on the side, maybe 38.
Okay.
Hoeknadel.
So wonder, bad snap. So unless Fort Morgan falls on it in the end zone,
Oh,
it's a
touchback.
touchback as
Touchback.
Isaac Linker didn't get the
About the 20.
snap from center.
First down and 10.
So another fumble by Fort Morgan. I believe that's at 4 tonight, I believe, on the Mustangs. So Fort Lupton will take over from the 20. First and 10. Fort Lupton is the clock runs. Fort Morgan up 41-0. So we'll see what Fort Lupton comes out and keeps passing the ball like they did on that last possession.
They're looking at their last drive of the year, probably.
So one receiver left, one right. The pass out here to this across the center, actually, and it falls incomplete just out of the reach of Hector Shavira. So second and 10
Second down and 10.
for the Blue Devils.
And the second teamers are still keeping the pressure on them, making them not feel too comfortable back there. We might be down to the third team by now. I'm not sure.
Let's see do we have any new people in there? Shotgun formation for Fort Lupton. Snap back. Vasquez flushed out to his left. Pass downfield, and it's going to be into the hands of the receiver and finally brought down in Mustang territory. And that was a tackle by George Perea. Nice, pretty pass there by Fort Lupton. And hauled in, that's at number 81.
Ball spotted at the 33.
That is clear down to the Fort Morgan 33-yard line.
Nice 47-yard pass to 81. The mystery receiver.
So 1st and 10, Fort Lupton, as the receiver got behind Perea. Snap back once again, looks out to his left. It's going to be passed down the left sideline, just out of the reach of the intended receiver. Falls incomplete. I believe that's number 83, Elijah Vargas.
Pass intended for Vargas.
This one brings up a 2nd and 10. So we are down to 8:45 and counting here in this contest.
Alex Mai, number 55. Like to wish you a happy birthday tomorrow.
Fort Lupton 2nd and 10.
The varsity players relaxing and enjoying themselves on the sidelines.
A shotgun formation being flushed out to his right, and finally taken down out of bounds on the sack, and that is number 33, and that is Brian Sosa. So nice job by Sosa
Loss of 8.
to run down Vasquez
First down at 18.
and get the sack, a loss of 8, so it's 3rd and 18 from the 38-yard line.
Yep. So Fort Lupton taking a timeout to think about this 3rd and long.
See what they want to do here. We will give you some sponsors here. South Platte Sentinel. Get the most comprehensive news, sports, and opinion from the South Platte Sentinel. Visit their website at southplattesentinel.com. First National Bank in Fleming. Bank your financial needs with the Logan County home-owned bank since 1917. First National Bank in Fleming, member FDIC. Circle L Irrigation offers the latest in valley irrigation technology. Just give them a call at 970-522-8816. They're located at 335 East Chestnut in Sterling. AC Ice proudly supports local high school sports throughout Northeast Colorado. When you need ice, don't settle for just any old frozen water. Get AC Ice. You can find it at any local grocery or convenience store near you. MCHS.
All of those sponsors are hometown businesses that support athletes.
So shotgun formation, snap back. Vasquez being flushed out once again. Going to be a pass downfield, and nice catch on the sidelines by one of the coaches, Dawson Frick.
Good pressure by Frick.
Let's see if they're looking for a,
Brings up 4th down at 17.
if they're looking to throw it away or not. Apparently not.
Imagine the discussion went, it's 4th and 18 and they're down by 40-some points.
We'll just let her go for now. So it brings up 4th and 18, but Dawson Frick applying the pressure that time to Vasquez. Shotgun formation, receivers left and right. Snap back, looks immediately out here to the left, but is brought down immediately at the Fort Morgan 35,
Pass is complete to Shavara.
but not near enough for the first down.
It's going to turn over down.
It's only a 3-yard gain, so 1st and 10 Fort Morgan from their own 35 with 6:43 remaining in the contest. So we'll see how they come out and run the ball as we get Gerardo Miranda, a sophomore, into the game for the Mustangs. Looks like Fernando Ortega, number 50, looks like to be in the ball game. I formation for the Mustangs as Linker in once again at quarterback. As Fort Lupton looks to bring about 8. Going to be a handoff up the middle. Not much running room there as he hands it off. Let's see who comes out of there. Didn't see who ran that ball that time. Did get a couple of yards though.
28 maybe.
That could be
Caleb Bell.
Caleb Bell.
And he's a senior, so maybe they're letting him have a chance to
Middle of the tackle.
run the ball.
2nd down and 7.
Picks up
Yep.
3. They're going to keep this up. I'm going to run out of room
The
for
quarterback for the Mustangs now.
places to write down who's running the ball. Now we have 6. Isn't that Sharp?
Yes.
Sharp in.
Sterling Sharp is the tailback. I formation for the Mustangs. 5 minutes left in the game as the back judge starts counting down the last few seconds. Pitch out here to Sharp on this left side. Tries to cut it out, and he is going to be brought down for a loss.
Short on the sweep.
Back to the
Pulled down by 2.
32-yard line. Loss of
That's going to be a
5.
loss of 4. 3rd down, 13.
So 3rd down. 3rd and 14 from the 32. We'll call it the 31. They moved it back a little bit. Looks like John Hoeknadel is the lead back. Sterling Sharp in there once again at the tailback. That's Fort Lupton getting ready to send everybody in. Nope. Ball is loose on the ground and taken by Fort Lupton.
Ball's loose and Miller recovers.
I don't know if he didn't get the snap, the handle on it, or he might have got hit by the time he was trying to turn. But that will be a turnover once again for Fort Morgan, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 27 for Fort Lupton. Another fumble by the Mustang offense.
Fort Lupton gets another offensive series to finish the year.
3:28 counting here. 4th period of play as Fort Lupton sets up shotgun formation. Vasquez looking down here deep on the right side. Pass is going to be off the hand of the intended receiver, and that was Elijah Vargas. And he had got back behind Perea, but just off the hand of Vargas.
And the coaches for Fort Lupton up in the booth next to us were really excited about that play and quite disappointed when it was tipped away. Good defensive play.
Down to 2:45 and counting here in this final regular season game for both teams. Vargas back, pass down the left sideline, and intercepted. Nice job by Anthony Arroyo as he intercepts the ball out about the 2. Nice job by the senior there on that defense as he was right there with the intended receiver. So we give Fort Morgan one more possession. Deep in their own territory. 1st and 10 from the 2. As we're down to a minute and 52 seconds and counting here. See if they can punch this out away from the goal line so they don't get a safety. They are lined up in the I formation. Hoeknadel and Sharp, I believe, once again in the backfield. waiting for the back judge to count down the final seconds of the play clock, and there he goes. It's going to be a handoff to Hochnaudel up the middle. He gets it out to about maybe the 5. They're still pushing. He does get it out across the 5.
He works his way across the 5.
So we're down to a minute left here in the game as they get it out across to the 6.
Gain of 3, second down and 7.
So second down and 7 from the 6.
And the JVs are able to preserve the shutout for Fort Morgan.
Now down to 42 seconds.
Most likely the last play here.
Should be the last play as handoff to Sharp over this right side. And he is going to be brought down at about the...
Sharp over the left side, pulled down.
About the 9.
2's on the tackle.
So we'll do about 3rd and 4. Well, we're down to 20 seconds. And I don't believe they'll run another play as both teams are coming off the field. So Fort Morgan with the 10-0 regular season now looking to playoffs next Saturday here at Legion Field. So at the end of this contest, Fort Morgan 41, Fort Lupton 0. We will be back with the MCC postgame show in 3 minutes on B106 and B106.com. The Fort Morgan Mustangs postgame show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. So tonight here at Legion Field on senior night, the Mustangs victorious 41-0 as they are now set to go into the first round of the playoffs next Saturday. We had no scoring in this second half of play, so I don't have any numbers to give you on any scoring here, but the second team and third team did come in and preserve the shutout on defense, and the Fort Morgan offense did enough to keep Fort Lupton at bay for tonight. So
absolutely.
I think Kevin's got some totals for us.
I have the Fort Morgan numbers. I didn't have a chance to get all of Fort Lupton's added up, but Fort Morgan on the night, another a big surprise, like we said at half. Toby McBride not touching the ball on offense at all. Tate Kemble, 33 yards on 4 carries for 2 touchdowns, all in the first half, along with 39 yards and on 1 completion for touchdown. Dalen Knapp, 2 carries for -6. Rosales, 7 carries for 74 yards. Daniels, 2 carries for 50 yards and a touchdown. Arroyo carries 3 times for 52 yards. Perea twice for 5. Sharp twice for -3. Bell once for 3 as the senior gets in his final home game, or final home regular season game. Hochnaudel carries the ball twice for 3 yards. Abrego once for no yards, and Linker gets the 1 carry for a -3. So the total rushing for the night for the Mustangs, 27 carries, 208 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Passing, Dalen Knapp is 5 of 9 attempts for 122 yards with 1 sack and 3 touchdowns. Receiving, we have Tate Kemble with the 1. Daniels, 3 catches for 44 yards and a touchdown, and then Trey McBride with a really nice athletic move to adjust to the ball and catch the 42-yard touchdown, running away from the defenders. So, just as we expected, total domination on all 3 facets of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. Franny, I don't think there was a single kick that you called that they caught outside of the 5, maybe right at the 5.
Yep.
And that's a great weapon for us down the road. So, just a great end of the season, regular season for our senior class that has brought us a lot of enjoyable moments the last couple of years in Mustang football.
And now they will get a couple of days off here, enjoy this victory, and start some good preparation for next Saturday Don't know who their opponent will be yet, but we will be here to cover it next Saturday at 1 o'clock here at Legion Field.
It will definitely be a team that is a more quality opponent than we have seen since Brush. That would be my wager.
I would guess so. So we're going to do a Fort Morgan player of the game, and that is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center. With three locations to serve you better, Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. And tonight our players of the game will go to the senior class as they have their last Friday night lights here at Legion Field. So good luck to them the rest of the season here, the playoffs, and as they hopefully had an enjoyable few years, however many years they happened to play at Legion Field. So congratulations to those seniors. So I think we will call it a night. The sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustangs football has been Julie Garcia. For Kevin Rohde, I'm Brian Nickel. The final score once again tonight, Fort Morgan 41, Fort Lupton nothing. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Good night, everybody.